Language Foundations Vocabulary Flashcards, helping you achieve understanding.
An area in a town where a public mercantile establishment is set up. A marketplace where groceries are sold. The grocery store included a meat market. Make commercial. The securities markets in the aggregate. The market always frustrates the small investor. The world of commercial activity where goods and services are bought and sold. Without competition, there would be no market. Buy household supplies. We go marketing every Saturday. Deal in a market. Engage in the commercial promotion, sale, or distribution of. The company is marketing its new line of beauty products. The customers for a particular product or service. Before they publish any book, they try to determine the size of the market for it. An area in a town where a public mercantile establishment is set up. The world of commercial activity where goods and services are bought and sold. An area in a town where a public mercantile establishment is set up. The world of commercial activity where goods and services are bought and sold. They were driven from the marketplace. An area in a town where a public mercantile establishment is set up. A marketplace where groceries are sold. A marketplace where groceries are sold. The grocery store included a meat market. Usually plural, consumer goods sold by a grocer. A marketplace where groceries are sold. The grocery store included a meat market. Make commercial. Make commercial. Some Amish people have commercialized their way of life. Exploit for maximal profit, usually by sacrificing quality. The securities markets in the aggregate. A place of business for retailing goods. A place of business for retailing goods. A place of business for retailing goods. Activity that frees or expresses creative energy or emotion. She had no other outlet for her feelings. An opening that permits escape or release. A place of business for retailing goods. Receptacle providing a place in a wiring system where current can be taken to run electrical devices. Insert words into texts, often falsifying it thereby. Cause to change. Make different, cause a transformation. The advent of the automobile may have altered the growth pattern of the city. Become different in some particular way, without permanently losing one's or its former characteristics or essence. Remove the ovaries of. Make an alteration to. This dress needs to be altered. Lay aside, abandon, or leave for another. The car changed lanes. Cause to change. Make different, cause a transformation. The discussion has changed my thinking about the issue. Exchange or replace with another, usually of the same kind or category. He changed his name. An event that occurs when something passes from one state or phase to another. The change was intended to increase sales. Become different in some particular way, without permanently losing one's or its former characteristics or essence. Her mood changes in accordance with the weather. Give to, and receive from, one another. Would you change places with me? Become deeper in tone. His voice began to change when he was 12 years old. Change from one vehicle or transportation line to another. She changed in Chicago on her way to the East Coast. A difference that is usually pleasant. It is a refreshing change to meet a woman mechanic. A different or fresh set of clothes. She brought a change in her overnight bag. A relational difference between states, especially between states before and after some event. He attributed the change to their marriage. A thing that is different. He inspected several changes before selecting one. Change clothes. Put on different clothes. Coins of small denomination regarded collectively. He had a pocketful of change. Money received in return for its equivalent in a larger denomination or a different currency. He got change for a 20 and used it to pay the taxi driver. Remove or replace the coverings of. Father had to learn how to change the baby. The action of changing something. The change of government had no impact on the economy. The balance of money received when the amount you tender is greater than the amount due. I paid with a 20 and pocketed the change. The result of alteration or modification. There were marked changes in the lining of the lungs. Undergo a change. Become different in essence, losing one's or its original nature. She changed completely as she grew older. Cause to change. Make different. Cause a transformation. Add a modifier to a constituent. Make less severe or harsh or extreme. Please modify this letter to make it more polite. The organized action of making of goods and services for sale. American industry is making increased use of computers to control production. Persevering determination to perform a task. Frugality and industry are still regarded as virtues. The people or companies engaged in a particular kind of commercial enterprise. Each industry has its own trade publications. An organic process that takes place in the body. Respiratory activity. The state of being active. His sphere of activity. The trait of being active, moving or acting rapidly and energetically. The level of activity declines with age. A process existing in or produced by nature, rather than by the intent of human beings. Volcanic activity. Any specific behavior. They avoided all recreational activity. Chemistry, the capacity of a substance to take part in a chemical reaction. Catalytic activity. Small workplace where handcrafts or manufacturing are done. A mercantile establishment for the retail sale of goods or services. He bought it at a shop on Cape Cod. A course of instruction in a trade, as carpentry or electricity. I built a birdhouse and shop. Shop around. Not necessarily buying. Give away information about somebody. Do one's shopping at. Do business with. Be a customer or client of. Do one's shopping. She goes shopping every Friday. Engage in the trade of. An equal exchange. Steady winds blowing from east to west above and below the equator. They rode the trade winds going west. People who perform a particular kind of skilled work. As they say in the trade. The business given to a commercial establishment by its customers. A particular instance of buying or selling. I had no further trade with him. Turn in as payment or part payment for a purchase. Trade in an old car for a new one. Exchange or give something in exchange for. Do business. Offer for sale as for one's livelihood. The skilled practice of a practical occupation. He learned his trade as an apprentice. Be traded at a certain price or under certain conditions. The stock traded around $20 a share. The commercial exchange, buying and selling on domestic or international markets, of goods and services. Venice was an important center of trade with the East. Deliver to an enemy by treachery. Do business. Offer for sale as for one's livelihood. The brothers sell shoes. Be approved of or gain acceptance. Be responsible for the sale of. Be sold at a certain price or in a certain way. These books sell like hotcakes. Exchange or deliver for money or its equivalent. She sells her body to survive and support her drug habit. Give up for a price or reward. Persuade somebody to accept something. The French try to sell us their image as great lovers. The activity of persuading someone to buy. It was a hard sell. An agreement between parties, usually arrived at after discussion, fixing obligations of each. He rose to prominence through a series of shady deals. Wood that is easy to saw, from conifers such as pine or fir. Take into consideration for exemplifying purposes. Succeed in doing, achieving, or producing something, with the limited or inadequate means available. Often followed by, of, a large number or amount or extent. A deal of trouble. Direct the course of, manage or control. A particular instance of buying or selling. It was a package deal. Give out as one's portion or share. Act on verbally or in some form of artistic expression. This book deals with incest. Do business. Offer for sale as for one's livelihood. She deals in gold. Administer or bestow, as in small portions. Deal a blow to someone. The cards held in a card game by a given player at any given time. Be in charge of, act on, or dispose of. I can deal with this crew of workers. A plank of softwood, fir or pine board. Behave in a certain way towards others. He deals fairly with his employees. Distribute cards to the players in a game. Who's dealing? Give, a specific card, to a player. He dealt me the queen of spades. Sell. Deal hashish. Take action with respect to someone or something. How are we going to deal with this problem? The act of apportioning or distributing something. The captain was entrusted with the deal of provisions. The act of distributing playing cards. The deal was passed around the table clockwise. The type of treatment received, especially as the result of an agreement. He got a good deal on his car. Engage in the trade of. Commodities offered for sale. Good business depends on having good merchandise. People having the same social, economic, or educational status. People having the same social, economic, or educational status. People having the same social, economic, or educational status. An abstract place usually conceived as having depth. A subpopulation divided into a stratified sampling. One of several parallel layers of material arranged one on top of another, such as a layer of tissue or cells in an organism or a layer of sedimentary rock. A body of students who graduate together. The class of 97. People having the same social, economic, or educational status. The working class. Arrange or order by classes or categories. How would you classify these pottery shards? Are they prehistoric? Education imparted in a series of lessons or meetings. Flirting is not unknown in college classes. A body of students who are taught together. Early morning classes are always sleepy. A collection of things sharing a common attribute. There are two classes of detergents. A league ranked by quality. He played baseball in Class D for 2 years. Biology, a taxonomic group containing one or more orders. Elegance in dress or behavior. She has a lot of class. A shop where a variety of goods are sold. A street of small shops, especially in Orient. A sale of miscellany, often for charity. The church bazaar. A shop where a variety of goods are sold. A street of small shops, especially in Orient. A public marketplace where food and merchandise is sold.
Become our student and get access to effective and free educational materials. Subscribe to our YouTube channel to become a part of our growing YouTube community and to learn English effectively.